Neighbors and groovers, what's happening? This Thanksgiving Day, the MPN Network invites you to the Neighborhood Feast, a day full of good vibes, good conversations, and grooves that feed the soul. From podcasts that sparks thoughts to DJ sets that moves your spirit, it's all curated specifically for our neighbors and groovers. Join us as we celebrate community, creativity, and connection the MPN way. Tune in on Thanksgiving Day, November 27th, 2025, streaming exclusively on our YouTube page. Times and show lineups are coming soon, so get your plate ready and pull up to the Neighborhood Feast, only on the MPN Network. Building but becoming, to the top.
All right, so what is Dripping in Black? Dripping in Black is Black excellence by any means necessary. Evan Fay, president, founder. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the Dripping in Black podcast, where we celebrate Black excellence throughout the Black diaspora. Our special guest host is Mr. Al Pete from the MPN Network.
What's up, world? Good day, good afternoon, good evening. This is your favorite neighbor, Mr. Al Pete from the mighty MPN Network. We appreciate you hitting play on this one more time. This is Dripping in Black podcast with the Dripping in Black production crew. We greatly appreciate you. If you haven't yet, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the website and all the things in between. That's my quote that I always say, all things in between, get to it. All right. So I am one of the guest hosts again, Mr. Al Pete from the MPN Network. We are here with another dope guest. But before we get into that, I want to make sure that y'all go to drippinginblack.com and make sure you go there and get all the things of podcasting. And while you're there, go to the Drip Shop, DIBKDripShop.com, and get you some merchandise, get you some shirts, get you some mugs, all the things, and make sure that you are dappered in the Black excellence of things. All right. So speaking of the Black excellence of things, we have a brother on the call today. We have a brother on the call, and I've been doing my research, and this guy is when we talk about entrepreneurship, he is a great example of that. So I am very honored to be interviewing him and talking with him. But we're going to get more into his work. So before we get into that, let me read a little bit of his work, and then we'll talk to the man. All right. So Evan Bryce Fay is a former U.S. Air Force officer turned entrepreneur, investor, and community-focused developer. After serving as an officer responsible for high-level operations, he's transitioned into business and became an early investor in Creamalicious Ice Cream, the first Black-owned ice cream brand to achieve national distribution. And also, he has Cafe Noir, a vibrant community cafe in Detroit's North End, and Roar Brewing Company, Detroit's first Black-owned brewery. Mr. Evan.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Yeah, I'm excited to be here and chat and kind of talk about what we got to talk about.
Yeah, man. So first off, from one entrepreneur to another entrepreneur, I've been in meetings since like 10:30 this morning, and the meetings don't stop.
Right.
The work doesn't stop and everything. So from one entrepreneur to another, I understand that time is of essence, but at the same time too, you are out here doing some great work. So we want to talk about some of those things. But first off, how are you feeling today, brother? Like, how are you mentally, spiritually, all that?
Yeah. So mentally, spiritually, I'm doing good. I think entrepreneurs is always a roller coaster ride. There's high and low lows, but as long as there's forward progression and kind of marching towards a goal, I think it's a good day. And obviously, if God wakes you up and puts the air in your lungs, you're already doing better than somebody. So happy to be here and blessed to kind of continue on this journey.
Indeed, man. And we honor you. We honor you and respect you and all the work that you're doing. Detroit, man. I haven't been to Detroit, but I need to get up there.
Got to come.
Like you have a brewery.
I do.
You have a cafe. And you're all about development when it comes to community. And just knowing, having a post on the growth of Detroit, and I'm sure there's like this the word that I have for it is possibilities. You know what I'm saying? Like the endless possibilities of it. So for you to have that mindset of that, talk to me about that mindset when it comes to all of the adventures that you have, and they will break down each one.
Sure. Yeah. So when we were getting out of the Air Force, I was actually my wife and I we were stationed in Alaska, and we were trying to find a location for us to be able to go to, raise our family, kind of to grow and like you said, to find some great opportunity. So we looked all over the country, and Detroit was always at the top of the list. So we flew out to Detroit to visit in 2017. Just fell in love with it checked every single box where we looking for. It was culturally diverse. It had arts and arts and cultures with museums, and had all the major sports teams. Which when you live in places like Wyoming or Alaska, you quickly find what if there's nothing to rally around for a city, it can get pretty stale. It had a good music scene. It had an international airport, access to water. It was like everything that we could possibly want. But what really kind of sold us on the city of Detroit is when we came and visited, and as long as you pass the vibe check, like Detroit was super welcoming. Like the people would invite you to your homes. I know all my neighbors' names. There's community block parties, block clubs. Like it's a very cohesive community, and it was someplace that we felt really comfortable. Like, hey, if we're raising our family here, we're gonna be part of this community, and it's been a huge blessing ever since.
Nice, nice. So that energy pours over to the first thing that I want to speak on about the developed motor city.
Hmm.
Uh, that's anything community I'm all about. Like I'm all about thinking about the community and the needs of it, whether it's the resources or just the activities that involve in it, as well as a community being safe. So development motor city, share with us about that. Like how is that blossoming? Like how is it effective in Detroit's landscape? All that.
Sure. So yeah, Develop Motor City kind of started out as like so when I was in the military, I would try to buy, like a house or a fourplex. I would buy, onesie, twosie properties wherever I was stationed. I kind of looked at it like Monopoly. And if anybody's playing Monopoly, when you roll the dice, you land on a property, no matter where you are, you're gonna buy it, right? So it started out as a place as just kind of investing. And then once I got to Detroit, I realized I didn't want to just invest. I wanted to um, buy real estate and own real estate, but be able to help the community and empower the community. And that kind of became Develop Motor City. So, and I also learned what I was doing. I didn't really have a word for it before. I just thought, hey, I'm a real estate investor. But then it became a developer because I took some community-based classes like building community values and equitable development initiative that just taught about like this is how you build up spaces and include the community and create the world that you want to live in. So I really fell in love with the concept and started investing strategically. And I bought a couple apartment buildings and fixed those up and redeveloped them, and then recently bought a 7 unit retail space where we're expanding and doing veteran centric affordable housing. So just learning about how you can in a place like Detroit, or there's other places around the country that have the same kind of grind and growth mentality. Like you can kind of build with community in mind and get support from um, community-based lending institutions and the state and city for support.
Right. So down here, I'm here in Jacksonville, Florida, and I have a young lady that I work close with. Her name is Katie Yellow, and she does placemaking. So she's very big in like this whole placemaking space. And so it sounds like the entity that you have built up will work perfectly with that. It's almost like it's kind of cross pollinating too with the cafe, with the brewery that you have, like making these like self energy efficient type of spots that people can come in and bringing the community into it. That's what it sounds like it is.
Yeah,
Tell me if
that's
I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, that's 100%. So that's both the brewery and the cafe. They're kind of anchors and developments that I want to do around that area. So in order to we want community to be able to come, have places for people to do, at the cafe, people do yoga and wellness retreats, or birth coaching. Like we've had everything. Like we want to be a community hub where people can kind of come and enjoy. And then for Roar, it's a little bit more after hours. We have the alcohol, beer, but same thing. We've been able to host some really good, um, like we had a Michigan Black Business Alliance and Tech Town block party, or I guess summer get together, where we were able to bring the community together to kind of talk about entrepreneurship and talk about the space, and that's a whole thing. So yeah, like I think it is kind of like one hand washes the other. If you have a thriving business, you're able to have solid housing and then give people in the community spaces and places to be able to be proud of, go frequent, and bring things into people's own neighborhoods versus having to drive downtown or to the suburbs in order to get quality.
Right, right. Two things I want to mention before I forget. The first one is the imagery of Detroit, but I want to talk about because and I want people to understand like the importance of having like great partnerships. I saw on the site that you're involved in a couple of mentorship programs. The funding partners. I mean, you got Black Leaders Detroit. Can you talk about how important that is to align yourself with people that support the mission and the purpose that you have?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that's one of the most crucial things that you can do as an entrepreneur is kind of build your network and getting um, getting more people to kind of buy into your vision. So if you like we for the brewery, we just did a small business loan with Prosper Us, which is a CDFI community based lender who wants to see you win, right? So it's not just like a small business loan where you get an SBA loan where even if you put your house up and if you make mistakes or you're not able to kind of pay it back, they just come and try to seize your home. Um, they are big about trying to help you win, give you resources, provide technical assistance. So and a lot of entrepreneurs are thinking, hey, where's the money? Where can I get a grant? Where can I get some extra money in order to do things? I think what's even more powerful is how can you get technical assistance? How do you get that accountant who's going to make sure that your books are solid? How are you going to get that marketing help or that advertising help? How are you going to get like those are the things that you really do need. That's what you should just be spending your money on anyway. And institutions are more likely to provide those than just giving just blank checks to reconcile. So it's been hugely like Black Leaders Detroit. It's an amazing organization where they're giving people from the diaspora. So they're giving Black folks no interest loans, like 0% interest loans, 25,000 up to 150,000, depending on what project you're doing, if it's a development or if it's a small business, and it's all kind of community funded, and it helps. I'm a member, give $1. It's like $1 a week or something. It's not even but it's all from the community to help grow these businesses. So it's hugely important to have that infrastructure around you. And then when you create these spaces, they are the first ones to kind of to champion them, to promote them, and utilize them. Um, the Michigan Black Business Alliance just called me this morning. They want to utilize our cafe for a get together event. So again, it is good to see that the dollar, the black dollar, the Detroit dollar, kind of circulating within itself.
Very nice, very nice. Real one last question, when it comes to um the development of Detroit. So I've had different people, the imagery and just the conversation around Detroit has not always been like the most fruitful one.
Hmm.
I know it seemed like every time Detroit is talked to me, it's always like it seemed like every building and each block is like just decaying. And it just seems like Detroit is like, everybody's like, oh, it's just a bad city. And like even from like just from a view of it in regards
Right,
to like if I was to watch videos or if I watch pictures and stuff or see pictures, it seemed like it's very gloomy. It seemed like it seemed like it's almost like no hope there.
right.
But when I'm talking to you and I've done my research to prepare for this interview, it looks totally different. It looks totally different, especially with players like you that are in the position to be able to give a different imagery of it. So let's talk about the imagery of it. Like, um, how how are you like making the imagery of it better?
Yeah. So I think that's one of the things is, again, I'm not originally from Detroit. When I was getting out of the military, we were looking. And that's something that I feel like, large scale media sometimes pushes a narrative and really wants you to kind of see something a certain way. Um, there are so many amazing kind of activations. Michigan Central is kind of one of the big um, if you like look up Michigan Central and you see kind of the before and afters of how it did look like when I first visited Detroit, Michigan Central, it's this huge train station that was built right after the Great Depression. And it is an amazing building, but it was falling apart, decaying, tons of graffiti, all the other stuff. But the city and state and Ford Motor Company really believed in it and invested close to $1 billion to bring back this amazing it's like an amazing triumph and showing like what is going on. But with that, when someone is investing $1 billion in one neighborhood, then everybody else, people like me or other smaller scale developers, are going to invest around it. And then it acts as almost like a homing beacon for others. So my 22 unit apartment building, I bought less than 5 minutes away from there because, if someone's going to invest $1 billion, I can invest $1 million close to it. And then you continue, you build it, and that's a way to see wealth growth, and you can participate in that wealth growth. So, although yes, Detroit has some areas that are kind of more doom and gloomy, all I see is opportunity. So to be honest, like when there is one of the things when you're driving around the city, all you see is um, garbage containers for people who are remodeling these homes or new homes being built. And it's one of the things that I would always say, just come and see. You'll very quickly, if you come to Detroit, you will be pleasantly surprised. I was just talking to a young brother who came for a film festival, and he was like, he came to a community event, and he was talking. It's like, I don't like, this is the best city I've ever been in. I don't understand how people are so friendly. There's so much to do on any given weekend. People aren't, like it is like a kind of all around encompassing space. And it's one of those. I don't want to call it a best kept secret, but Detroit is quickly losing kind of the moniker of being this unsafe, not in family friendly space. Because again, I'm raising my 3 kids here, and we're like they're thriving, they're learning, and it's been an amazing experience and time here.
Good, 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 good. All right. So let's get into the cool stuff. Not saying that the Detroit Motor City is cool because it's definitely cool, but we're talking about like the Royal Brewery Company. I see that you have a shirt on representing the brewery.
Mhm.
Um, so let's dive into that. When I was on the site, it said it's coming summer of 2025. So I'm assuming that it's here.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Roar is
Okay.
here. We are open. I need to update the website. We are open and running. We're doing some good collaborations and partnerships. And yeah, it's been great.
Listen, nothing beats a great local beer. A local beer that you can enjoy, man, and definitely adds pride. I want to say this. I feel like a lot of people don't understand this, but having that local aspect to it is like it just makes it more hyper local. So having a brewery that specializes in that field, just adds more to it, man. I mean, and you can touch so many people. You can touch a community. You can touch the entertainment side, the sports side. It's just so many angles that you can touch when it comes to a brewery. So, congratulations on opening that and starting that endeavor for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I learned about kind of craft beer in the brewery space while I was in the military. I was stationed in places like Wyoming and Alaska, and right close to Wyoming is Fort Collins, where we would go 2 to 3 times a week, and has a huge craft brewing culture. Alaska has a big craft brewing culture, and I just fell in love with the environment, and like how you can bring people together. Like you're traveling, and you need a place to just stop and chill. Breweries are great for that, and I had the opportunity to open something in my own city, and was able to purchase an existing brewery. And after that, it's been kind of off to the races. Had some good partnerships, even in the Detroit Lions. gave us a custom jersey when we launched, which we're really appreciative of. And yeah, it's been um, a solid environment. But and in as far as the beer is concerned, yeah, like we are looking at doing distribution here soon, where we're going to be going into other restaurants and other establishments, and eventually into hopefully into stadiums and on grocery stores. So we're getting it all kind of teed up and ready to go.
Yeah, expanded the brand, expand the brand. Now, real quick question: Do you could we put you in a place to make the do the brewing and all that, or you got people in? I mean, I'm sure you have people that probably do it, but like if we had to rely on you, we would we be able to get a good craft beer? We would just start from start to finish.
You talking about for me personally, like me brewing?
Well, in regards to like making it, yeah, or
Yeah, so
crafting it.
again, I that's one of the things that I am not a brewer, and same thing where I'm not I am in love with the craft beer space. My head brewer has been doing it for 25 years. It is a science to make a really solid beer, and I do love it. I've been the assistant brewer, and I'm out here trying to keep up, but to get levels right, alcohol, like it is something that takes a good amount of um expertise. So really, I'm more on the design side. Um, on like, all right, what we're gonna do this honey oat stout, and trying to lock in flavors and target different feels and different styles of beer that work. And then that's where I work closely with my head brewer to kind of completely solidify that vision and get it all the way down to completion. So I think it's same thing with a cafe. I'm not a world class barista where I'm the one who's going to be doing all the latte art and everything else, but I do believe in the community of the space. So I think that's something for entrepreneurs. You don't have to be an expert in something unless you plan on working there every single day, and being the one actually turning the wheel. For me, it's how do I build the best team to create the space, and
Yep.
then what can I do, and where can I use my expertise to help it thrive and grow?
Right. Definitely. Definitely. All right. So we can't.
Not by myself. I can give me a little help, and I got you. I can give me some help, and I got like again. I worked. I was a horrible assistant brewer. I did it for a month, and I kept having to step out for phone calls, everything else. He's like, "Yeah, man, we need to hire somebody else because you keep leaving my head brewer." He's like, like, I'm here, but I also got other things that I got to do. So, but yeah,
Oh man, so you mean tell me we can't depend on you to make those hearts and the lattes?
I can make some latte art, but I don't know how it's gonna
Okay.
taste better when my barista with a lot more experience. Like I'm there's other, that's the thing. I think uh but it's one of the things the military taught me, and humbled me very quickly because I was an officer, right? So I had um I I I was a assistant, or what is it? I was an operations officer, so I was the number two in the squadron. So I had about 300 people working for me, and it was all things munitions, bombs, and the first part I did nuclear weapons. And you just very quickly learn you can't know everything. You need to work with people who are subject matter experts and that who have been doing it, and it's their love and their passion. And but you can still lead those people, right? You can still um, create a culture and a space and a work environment that's going to allow for the best people to do those jobs. So that's what being an officer in the military was, and that's kind of how I look at my entrepreneurial journey. Again, uh, I'm not going to be able to get 25 years of brewing experience um, anytime soon, but I can still work with that brewer to create the best possible beer possible with, my cultural influences and things that I think are going to do well with market research and go from there.
Right, right. Know your role, and a good leader, especially a good entrepreneur leader, understands like facilitate that work to other people that are the experts, man. So yeah. All right. So Cafe Noir. You said all right. You say you're not gonna do the lattes like that. So you got that for somebody else. But talk to us about
Hey, when we're short staffed, I'm in there. I've done that a couple times. I'm just like, oof, I'm giving out a lot of free samples, or because I'm like, that's something. But yeah, Cafe Noir has been, an amazing opportunity kind of got me into the hospitality world in general, just kind of seeing like how to how to staff, how to do all the opening closing. Like I've done it from the employee side, but I had never done it from the owner entrepreneur side. But
Right.
yeah, Cafe Noir has been able to really kind of be that quintessential neighborhood cafe that people are able to come in, that's consistent, that's open. You can take a meeting there, you can set your clock by it, and have really good locally sourced, locally roasted cafe or coffee. And we've been able to be approached by other um, brands and institutions here in the city that have brought us on to do different events, to really kind of thrive and show what we can do.
Love it, love it. Now, I was looking on the site as well, and it seems not even seems, but you welcoming local artists to come and display their work, correct? In the building.
Yeah, 100%. So we have a curated locally program, but I'm a huge fan of art. I love art in my home. We have a lot of art, and I think that's one of the like artists are. I feel like arts in general is one of the most underappreciated kind of artists and teachers. I don't feel like they get enough love or enough shine. So we wanted to create a space next door to the cafe. It's also a art gallery that we own called Chloe Monroe Galleries. It's named after my daughter. It's a small but mighty, and she's 2 or she's 3 now. So yeah, we really want to help local artists get their start in. You don't want like a red, velvet rope kind of approach. It's like, hey, if you're an artist, you're an up and coming artist, we can sell your pieces, get you exposure, give you a gallery opening, and then you're off to the races. So we've already seen from our some of our shows some artists that have kind of taken off, and we're so proud to be see them in their journey and help support.
Yeah, because that teaches them. I mean, entrepreneurship, but it teaches them a lot of skills. You know what I'm saying? A lot of as far as like, I mean, all that stuff. And I think about because I'm an artist as well, but I remember when I was first getting those opportunities, it it taught me like more hospitality. It taught me uh logistics. It taught me to outsource. You know what I'm saying, like other stuff, like try not to do everything because you need that person to be there. You need to be the person to show up, especially if you're like the star of the show. So you want to make sure that you have those things. So from an artist standpoint, I appreciate you offering that to the local artists because that's one of our main hiccups that we don't have a place to be able to establish our work as well as be able to be taught the business standpoint of it. So I appreciate you for doing that for that community and just for that view as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean that is one of the biggest things that we're hoping to kind of establish with the cafe is that very thing. Like, hey, like how much do you price your piece for? How do how does it sell? If it's too much, is it going to sell? If it's not enough, you know, are you undervaluing your art and your vision? So like that has
Yeah.
been a good learning opportunity for a lot of young artists, a lot of local artists, and we get the benefit of, and our patrons get the benefit of just seeing amazing local art on a daily basis. So
Love it, love it, love it. All right, so a couple more things, and then we'll let you get back to the work that you have. So tell me about Creamalicious. So I breezed through this a little bit, but it states that you were a first starter, well, a contributor
yeah,
to
early
the.
investor. Yeah. So yeah, Creamalicious has been Creamalicious ice cream founded by the amazing chef Liz Rogers. She is an executive chef, amazing woman and force of nature. And she back in 2020, I had the opportunity to invest in Creamalicious and acted as the COO for a little bit as well, chief operating officer, to really understand and how to grow and scale a consumer packaged good company. So like yeah, it was my investment that helped us get into our Walmart stores, and then we got Walmart, Target, Kroger, all the Meyer, which is a chain of grocery stores up here, and other grocers that carried Creamlicious as well. So I was kind of along for that journey and able to see how to grow and scale a consumer packaged good company. And we had a lot of great successes, and I mean we're still open. You can still go by. We're in Florida, so you can go grab Creamlicious on the shelves. Same thing, Atlanta. One of the big things that we learned, because we did grow very quickly, we achieved national distribution, but we grew really very quickly. So we were never able to market very effectively. And then when we did market, we would sell out immediately, and then there would be huge purchase orders. So it was like one of those things where I knew I kind of see war as my opportunity to fix the things that I kind of met like that we didn't do as well with Cream Malicious. So when we do scale roar, because one day we want roar to be the beer that you can grab, throughout the country. Like that's the goal with it. We want to start local, but we want to be able to, and then we want to then be, a Michigan staple, maybe a Midwest staple, and then on to the races in the future. So maybe in 5 to 10 years, we're down in Florida or out in California. But we want to make sure that we do it right. That when we take on investors, when we do all the things that we have the foundation to be able to be solid. But Creamalicious, it's such an amazing, like the flavors are like banana pudding and peach cobbler. Like it's some of the best ice cream, other than going to a scoop shop that does their own custom ice cream, like out of the store. It's amazing. It's super premium, like it is, which means high butter fat content. Like it is that it's the kind of ice cream that you're like, ooh, this is hitting right. So like, and Creamless is all about indulgence and making sure like it's like, oh no, we're not doing no low calorie. Like this is really good ice cream. It's like a cheesecake in a pint. So it's been awesome. Like whenever we do get feedback, it's amazing. But it's one of those things that we wished that we had more investment, more having more solid community relations. Creamlicious has never had a brick and mortar scoop shop. That's one of the things that we probably could have used and built out of. So that's kind of, I learned a lot from Creamlicious to be able to start Roar. And so yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Well, sir, congratulations on all the endeavors. Is there any other endeavors that you would like to share with us, or you got in the making? Because it sounds like it's just the beginning.
I mean, there's always opportunity. I think when focusing right now, kind of the apple of my eye is Roar, and that's kind of my baby that I'm really excited to promote. So we're doing a partnership with Blake's Hard Cider, which is the after Angry Art Orchard is the second largest um, hard cider company in the United States. So we're doing a partnership with them this fall on the 18th. We're doing a Flannel Fall Festival where we're going to be pairing their cider with our beers to do what's called a black velvet and a snake bite, which one called roar bite. So we're doing that kind of activation, and there's some other fun activations that we have planned as well to help promote the brand, and then hopefully in the next month or so we'll be doing starting distribution, so getting into other restaurants. Fixins, which it has a good chain. So Fixins is already committed to carry Roar. So they're going to be carrying Kevin Johnson, who is an amazing individual. Very much, someone I look up to because his story and how he's been able to grow is maybe making books and doing shows on him, just for all the things that he's been able to accomplish. But so Kevin, met him several times, and he's super excited to have Roar at his restaurant, and from here and beyond. So that's kind of what we're doing, and so hopefully in the near future you can see if you're at a restaurant or a bar and you see a Roar lion head with the Roar, just grab a pint and that would be great.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, I definitely be looking out for it. And the producer Sean said, hopefully, I will be in Detroit in March. That is definitely the plan to be up there in March. So,
Hit me up.
never.
We'll take care of you. You'll see what Detroit's all about and be like, oh hey, I can't leave here, or I'm gonna come back at least once every couple of years because yeah, Detroit is. I mean, it can't be understated. I'm a super fan of the city, and it cannot be overstated, understated, whatever stated how amazing the city is. And when people start to recognize and see that, um, It's real. So
Indeed. Well, I'll definitely when I get up there, I'll definitely reach out and I'll definitely take some time to come check out the cafe, to check out the brewery, and definitely check out the city. So,
awesome.
um, yeah, but again, from one entrepreneur to another, from one artist to an artist minded stuff, I appreciate all the work that you're doing, all the philanthropy that you're doing in the midst of just the developments of it. A lot of people when it comes to entrepreneurs, I'm gonna say this and then we can kind of wrap things up. But from an entrepreneur standpoint, I know last year I learned about development. Like I remember, well, I was reminded how much development is important to like the process of that, and the work that you're doing is definitely like it has to be a development aspect to it. So your philanthropy definitely pours within that. Your story is definitely dope, and so I just want to honor you, and I appreciate you even taking the time to be on here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And again, I'm glad to be here and just rap with you.
Yeah. So before we let you go, we got one more thing. Well, I have one more question to ask you. So, um, have you been have you been covered in a publication, or have you been on front of of a publication like magazine or a newspaper? Have you been on front of it?
I mean, I've had some articles written on me, but I haven't been on front of anything. Not like a
Really?
front page. Yeah. Now, I'd rather be low key, to be honest. Like I want to kind of be the guy behind the scenes is just building. But talking with my team, talking with my wife, like, hey, no, you got, the founder story is important. You got to be out there. I'm like, oof. So that's when even for Roar, we made a mascot. I made a puppet. I'm like, that's gonna be the face. You're gonna see that on the Instagram more than me. I'll pop up there every once in a blue moon with me and my kids or something. But I no, I've not been on the front of anything yet.
Gotcha. All right, so we have a little have a gift for you, a departing gift. Um, and here we go.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome. That's I love it.
So listen, this is our portrayal of the magazine cover, but we wanted to put you on there, honor you. We're adopting you into the Dripping in Black family, and we want to make sure that we honor you. So this is one of our many honors. You in front of the Dripping in Black magazine cover.
Oh, thank you, sir. Honestly, that's I'm very humbled. That's amazing.
Yes. And we'll be sending you a physical copy of this, so maybe you can post this up in your office that you're in, or in the brewery, or in the cafe, or wherever that you feel like doing it. But again, we want to honor you for everything that you're doing from the entrepreneurship standpoint in the community, and everything. So I thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll put it in all the places so people can take a look.
Definitely. Okay, last thing for real. Let us know where people can find you at, the websites, wherever you want people to follow you, just so they can follow your story, be able to come to your well, to your businesses and all those things.
Yeah, so follow us at roar.det for Detroit. That's our IG for Roar, and at cafenoir.det for Cafe Noir. Those are the two cool places to kind of check out what both of those businesses are doing. And then I got my own personal IG. Probably that's just for looking at my kids. So you want to see pictures of my kids and stuff, that's fine. But but for seeing what I'm actually doing business wise, those two are the best to go. And obviously, you can hit me up on LinkedIn as well.
Gotcha. Well, again, we appreciate you. Hold tight while I close this show out, but thank you again, good sir. All right, my people, Dripping in Black, another episode for y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. Please make sure you follow all the things that Mr. Evan has going on. I'm so ready to get to Detroit now and see these things in person. And I honor people that are very tapped into the community and making things great for civilization all around. So, and last thing, please make sure that you go and follow us on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Definitely make sure you go to the website drippinginblack.com and check out this actual interview as well as the other ones that we've been knocking out. This is season 6, and We're going to keep it rolling and keep it moving. And make sure while you're on drippingandblack.com, make sure you go to DIBK Drip Shop and pick you up some merch and let everybody know in the world that you got it. All right. So be good to others and be good to yourselves. It's Mr. LP with the Mighty NPN Network. Thanks again for watching. To the top.
On the next Dripping in Black podcast, let's head to the A and talk with P. Polisema.
You graduate kindergarten to go to, and then you graduate to go to college, then you graduate to go to life, or you graduate from single to being married, or married to divorce. Like all this, at certain point, it has to last. So I graduate from spaces that doesn't give back. I take what I got from them and keep it moving. So
Right.
I really learned to lean in more on people who take as much as I give, but also give back in whatever form they can give back.
Thanks for vibing with us. Keep the conversation going. Like, subscribe, and follow at DIBK20 on social media. Visit drippinginblack.com for all things Dripping in Black and DIBKDripShop.com for your drip and other merch. Until next time, be well and much love.
You have just experienced a Dripping in Black production.